We are pleased to first present the candidates for Ferrysburg Mayor and Ferrysburg City Council, followed by the 2 seats for the Grand Haven City Council, and Sarah Kalo, Aaron Lyon, and Dennis Scott are running for those 2 seats. Then Mike Dora and Bob Manetza, both unopposed, will have a chance to speak. The format for tonight will give each candidate 3 minutes to explain their stand on the issues for their city. At the conclusion, then we will have people hopefully will walk around and have questions for the candidates. A couple of household rules though. Please silence your phone and please be polite and quiet, listening to all candidates. I would like to introduce the candidates in the order in which they will speak. First, the candidate for Ferrysburg Mayor is Richard Carlson.
Oh, I can sit.
We will give you a 1-minute warning and then a stop.
Good evening. I'm Richard Carlson, and I've been the mayor of Ferrysburg now for 2 years, so I'm incumbent. I'm originally from Petoskey, born and raised, Eagle Scout. Been in Ferrysburg for 14 years. I came down to work at Donald Engineering, which is over across the street from the airport in Grand Haven. We do a lot of automation work all across the Midwest, all kinds of special machinery in places like Shape and GHSP, but all over the state. I had a choice of going to Grand Rapids or to Ferrysburg, or excuse me, to Grand Haven office, and being a lakeshore guy in Petoskey, I enjoy the resort lifestyle, and we have the resort lifestyle here, which is a fantastic thing. I've been on city council for 6 years and then 2 years as mayor, and I also serve on our planning commission as well. I got involved in politics because of the fact that I moved to Ferrysburg, and our city council was thinking about selling a park of over 40 acres in Grand Haven for condo development. And that kind of got a burr under my saddle, so I got involved. And a group of citizens, including myself, we weren't able to convince city council to do anything, but we were able to do a ballot initiative. And then I also got involved as well with reopening Smith's Bridge after city council closed it. With a reduced weight loading, city council wasn't going to move on it, so we self-funded, the citizens self-funded an engineering study, put on a forum, and we were able to reopen the bridge. It's been an honor to serve as the Ferrysburg mayor, and I'm asking for your vote to continue the progress that we made together. Over the last few years, I've stayed focused on bringing real positive change to our city, and we've got a lot of different accomplishments that we can be really proud of. And when I say we, I'm not talking about myself because it's a team effort. City council is a team effort. It just so happens that someone has to be the leader, and that's the mayor. Whether it's in Grand Haven with Mayor Manetza or myself in Ferrysburg, someone's got to be the leader. So this is accomplishments by we, the city council, all right? We've maintained the lowest property taxes in the Tri-Cities area. We operate and have operated for years under budget. Our fund balances are increasing, and our long-term pension obligations are decreasing. And this is all by design and good management. We moved to end Ferrysburg payments into the Grand Haven snowmelt system, and last Monday, just a few days ago, we took action on that to enforce that. We revised our ethics ordinance for greater accountability. We've stayed engaged in the progress towards a new Smith's Bridge, which is a huge, I gotta stop now already? Okay, very good, sorry about that. I'm committed in leading with honesty, listening to our community, and helping Ferrysburg continue to grow in the right direction. Thank you.
So next is Jerry, I think I can talk loud. Next is Jerry Saez, and he will present his views on his city of Ferrysburg.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank the League of Women Voters for hosting this event tonight. They go out of their way to make sure that democracy stands and that we have always have the freedom to vote, and I appreciate all they do. My name is Jerry Sias, and I'm running for the mayor of Ferrysburg. Ferrysburg has been my home for nearly all my life. I understand the challenges in politics in our little peninsula. Most of all, I understand the residents. Ferrysburg needs leadership that's willing to listen to everyone, regardless of their political allies. A leader that shows respect and values everyone's voice. I grew up in Ferrysburg and graduated from Grand Haven High School in 1990. After graduating, I realized I needed some direction in life, and college was not a good fit for me at the time. I had to grow up a little. I found that the military was a good avenue for me. I served 8 years in the United States Army. I'm a decorated veteran of the First Gulf War. After my service in the military, I decided I wanted to have a career, not just a job, so I went into the electrical trades. I received my master electrical license in 2000, and in 2001 I started my own company, electrical company. In 2005, I was unfortunately involved in a disabling auto accident and forced to retire. During my recovery, I met a lot of great people who dedicate their entire lives to helping others, and I realized that I could spread a little more love in this world and a little more help to our citizens, and that's why I decided to run for Ferrysburg City Council. My platform is as follows. I want to open up more wetlands and more waterfront space for our citizens. I want to create an arts council for our citizens in the surrounding cities. I think that would help celebrate our local talent and bring in outside talent and celebrate our communities. And it would give initiatives for citizens to get involved, and it's something I'm really passionate about. Thank you.
We will now have the 4 candidates for the Ferrysburg City Council, and we will start with Bill Cate.
Thank you. As she said, my name is Bill Cate. I'm a relative newcomer to this area. I moved here in 2019. My wife and I came here doing something we said we would never do, and that's follow our kids around. But when you've got an adult child that needs help and you can provide it, you change your mind and you do that. Thankfully, that situation no longer exists. Both my kids are doing very well. I've got 2 kids. My son is out in Washington State after he spent 2 tours of duty here before he retired from the Coast Guard. Oddly enough, 3 weeks before we got here, he moved away. He retired and moved away. And my daughter and 3 of our grandchildren live in Muskegon. I am a 20-year Air Force veteran. I retired as a master sergeant after a career in the Air Force Security Police. That was my first calling, and then I spent about 6 years in commercial and industrial sales world, and then answered a second call to ministry. And I have recently, before I moved here, retired from full-time ministry in the Lutheran Church, Missouri Synod. And I still practice that. Every once in a while I fill in for vacationing pastors in the area. So why City Council? Oddly enough, I got interested in City Council thanks to Tim O'Donnell. I don't know if you remember the conversation we had at the hardware store one day, Tim. But from that conversation, I decided I should get involved at the local level. Having spent 20 years serving our federal government, serving our country, and another 15 serving the church, service is kind of in my blood, and I wanted to keep it up. And I saw the City Council as a great way to continue my tradition, if you will, of service, and that's all I'm looking to do. If the voters decide to keep me, I'm happy doing that. If they decide it's time for a change, I'll find something else to do. Thank you.
Thanks, Marcia. I remember you from growing up. I'm David Cook. I was born and raised in the Grand Haven, Ferrysburg area. I attended Ferrysburg Elementary, Lake Hills Elementary, and was an early 2000s graduate of Grand Haven High School, one of the first classes through the new high school down on Ferris Street. So I've grown up in the area. I've spent a lot of my childhood in Ferrysburg. After high school, I moved away. I met my wife. I've been married for about 20 years. I have 2 young children. And we moved back to Michigan in 2014. And I lived in the city of Grand Rapids and commuted every day to Ottawa County. I have a 15-year work history of working for local, regional, and state governments. I worked for a regional state government in New York State as an engineer, and our main task was looking at municipalities that were losing a lot of their population, a lot of their money, and coming up with shared services opportunities to keep them viable. So that is something I'm really interested in, especially in this area. A lot of our infrastructure, a lot of our community shares a lot of resources. And as you know, things are only getting more expensive, especially after COVID. We have a lot of near retirement people. The average age in Ferrysburg, if you didn't know, is 57 years old. A lot of those people are thinking, dang, how am I gonna afford this life? I think there's a lot of opportunity to curtail a lot of the cost increases through shared services. So I'm really looking forward to that. I last graduated in 2012 from Potsdam University. I have a master's in business administration. I have worked as a financial systems administrator for the city of Grand Rapids. During COVID, I transitioned to the private sector where I have worked as a SQL engineer as well as a product security engineer. When I moved to Ferrysburg, when I moved back in 2021, I was approached by a lot of neighbors and family members who said, you know, you should run for council. It seems like it's always the same people, no offense to the people who are up here, that are always involved in council, they're involved in the volunteer activities. There are not enough young people involved in local government, especially in this area. So as our current volunteers either age out or say, you know what, I've had enough, there aren't enough people to step in and have a smooth transition. So I'm really thankful that I have the opportunity to give voters a new face, and I hope I'm the first of many people who decide to overlook some of our nasty politics in Ferrysburg and run for council or another volunteer position. Thank you.
And next we have Debbie Murdoch, and she will give her.
Hi, my name is Debbie Murdoch. I'm currently serving as Ferrysburg City Councilman for the last 4 years. A little bit about me. My husband and I, of over 45 years, have lived in Ferrysburg for over 30 years, and we moved here from Fargo, North Dakota. We had 2 daughters. One is a school teacher in Boston, the other is deceased. We have 5 grandchildren. One is a lawyer, one is an RN, one is in a junior in New York School of Design in New York City. I have a grandson that's in a full scholarship in the Air Force Academy in Colorado, and another one, a girl, a senior in high school in Ohio. And they're all great people. I'm a huge animal lover, mostly cats and dogs. I'm a retired hairdresser of over 40 years. My husband retired during COVID due to an illness, and we sold our Chevy Buick dealership in Albion, Michigan at that time. I was very active in the Tri-City Ladies Club for years, serving as treasurer and then president. Because of COVID, we disbanded, but we still get together occasionally. I originally got involved in Ferrysburg politics because of the issue of Smith's Bridge. I felt that I wanted things to change, that I must work to do that. And hopefully we will have a new bridge in the coming year. As a councilman, each of us must serve on a commission. Mine is the Beautification Commission, which I've been involved with for over 4 years. We put on the 4th of July picnic every year, which is a huge picnic. We do the Halloween party, which we're now planning for, the Monster Bash. We do the Carol Sing bonfire and tree lighting in December. We serve refreshments to all these things, and we do the Easter egg hunt in the spring, which has been a huge success. And I was instrumental in having the tree lighting. We've never had one before, I brought it up. And also, I started the Easter egg hunt. Both were my suggestions. I love serving the community with all these events. I'm running for re-election this year, and hopefully will have the honor to serve for 4 more years on Ferrysburg City Council. Thank you.
Next is Tim O'Donnell, and you will be a write-in candidate.
That's correct. Thank you. And thank you for having this forum. I think it's very important to keep everybody well informed of what's going on. My name is Tim O'Donnell. I'm here to be a write-in candidate for City Council, the council seat. I am a basic emergency medical technician. I work for Trinity Health, EMS, and then I'm also a lieutenant with the Ferrysburg Fire Department. I'm a 20-year resident of Ferrysburg, married, 4 grown children, and a lot of grandchildren. I'm recently retired from the U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary with 20 years of service. Been in the EMS 44 years. My entire life has been public service. I served on the City Council for 8 years, 6 of those as the Mayor Pro Tem. I have a cumulative years of 95 years of cumulative public service. My wife says I need to slow down, but my body and my mind won't let me do that. So I have some of my core goals. I want to keep going because one thing we need to do is they eliminated the Economic Development Committee. We need to get a committee together to develop our core commercial area. Definitely bring people into our city. There's the current council. There was no interest in anybody representing the city of Ferrysburg in Lansing. The 8 years I was on the council, so most of those years I spent on the Information, Transportation, Infrastructure Committee, representing the city of Ferrysburg. And that committee was a committee of large and small cities, got together and discussed issues that went before the state legislature. There's a lot of things that need to be represented for small cities. There's been really no planning for the future, and we need to plan for the future. There's a lot of wasteful spending. We need to look real hard on what our spending is. Protect our city rights and everybody's individual rights. My special interest is you as a voter, and you see me, I'm not wearing a suit tonight, I got my sleeves rolled up, I'm ready to go to work for you. Thank you.
Thank you. So that concludes our Ferrysburg people, and now we're going to go into Grand Haven. And there are 3 candidates running for 2 seats on the Grand Haven City Council: Sarah Kalo, Aaron Lyon, and Dennis Scott. And we will start tonight with Sarah Kalo.
Hello, I'm Sarah Callio. That's a tricky name, no problem, but thank you so much to the League of Women Voters for hosting this event tonight. I also want to thank all of the other candidates here for their interest in serving this community. And thank you to the many people who have supported me in getting here. People often ask me, why are you running for city council? For me, the answer is simple. I love this city. My husband Larry and I have built our lives here for the past 25 years. We've raised 2 daughters here, and Grand Haven has given us so much. I would be honored to give back through the service on city council. I bring a unique combination of skills and perspectives to this role. I have an engineering education, experience in negotiations, training in continuous improvement, and years of supporting small businesses through marketing and branding. I also bring the ability to listen, build common ground, and focus on solutions that serve the whole city. I don't have a personal agenda. I want to see Grand Haven flourish for its residents, both today and generations to come. We often think about investment in cities only in terms of dollars, but the strength of Grand Haven also comes from the time, talent, and energy of its people. Leadership should spark that kind of engagement, helping Its residents feel connected and inspired to play an active role in shaping our future. As we take our next steps as a city, finding common ground will be essential. When divisiveness or political agendas take hold, it discourages residents from getting involved, and it makes it harder for our city staff and teams to do their jobs effectively. Our community needs leadership that sets clear goals, provides steady oversight, and instills trust. City Council must take responsible action today while setting a clear vision for tomorrow. That means supporting city staff as they stabilize the budget and address critical infrastructure, safeguarding the health, safety, and quality of life of all its citizens, protecting our natural resources, and fostering conditions where local businesses can thrive, because a strong, vibrant economy keeps our community resilient. That is the kind of leadership I want to bring to City Council. Action-oriented, collaborative, and grounded in both respect for our traditions and the readiness for the future. Together, we can ensure Grand Haven remains not just a beautiful place to live, but a vibrant, resilient, and thriving community for generations to come. So let's move forward together. Thank you.
Next we have Erin Ryan.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Erin Lyon, and I'm honored to be here as a candidate for Grand Haven City Council. Thank you to the League of Women Voters for putting this on, and all of you guys for spending your evening with us tonight. I've called Grand Haven home for 23 years. The day after my open house, I packed up and I have not looked back. The city has shaped me through friendships, community service, and the businesses I've been able to build here. I'm the proud owner of Jumpin' Java for another 3 weeks, and the executive director of Kenzie's Bee Cafe, a nonprofit coffee shop on the east side of town. I volunteered numerous years with a lot of organizations, from Walk the Beat to Rotary, Winterfest to Gracious Grounds. I'm running for Grand Haven City Council because I believe in Grand Haven's potential. I believe in a city that listens, that plans wisely, and that grows with intention. My backgrounds in finance, law, and business provide key approaches for city governments with both heart and talent and strategy. I earned my bachelor's degree in finance from Grand Valley State University. I then went directly to MSU College of Law, where I studied tax law, and got my MBA from Grand Valley while going to law school. So I definitely understand what it means to work hard. My priorities. My first priority includes support for local small businesses and our economic development. I think growth shouldn't be confined to one side of town, that downtown, Easttown, Washington Square, and Centertown all deserve investment that honors the character of each neighborhood, but uplifts our entire community. Second, I think we need to look at housing. We need to figure out unique ways to bring some kind of affordable housing to our community. Young families and those that work in our local businesses are struggling to be able to call Grand Haven home, and we have to change that. And third is fiscal responsibility and transparency. We need to balance our budget with care and creativity, exploring new revenue streams that preserve our charm and strengthen our economy. And we need to share more information about the city's finances with our residents. Knowledge is power, and the more everyone understands where our tax dollars are spent, the better we can allocate them. And finally, I want to listen to you. Your voice matters. I set up office hours during this campaign, and I will continue to do that if I'm voted in for City Council. I want to hear your concerns, your ideas, and your hopes for our community. This campaign isn't about me, it's about us. It's about bringing fresh, forward-thinking leadership to a city that I love. It's about honoring traditions while embracing innovation. And it's about making sure that all the residents feel heard, valued, and seen. Thank you for being here tonight, and I hope to gain the honor of your vote on November 4th.
Next we have Dennis Scott for City Council.
My name is Dennis Scott. I've lived in the city here all my life. I was born here, raised my family here. I spent my entire life serving the community, from working for the city for 36 years and being on the city council for 12. Everything I've done has been rooted in my belief that the town deserves the very best. My family history runs deep in Grand Haven, with service like public safety, city engineering, the marina, IT, public service, has public service has been the blood for my generations. I am proud to carry on the tradition of my family. My wife and I have made home here raising our children in Grand Haven. We've raised 4 children, and we have two grandchildren that are here raising their families here now too. While serving on the city council, I have made it my mission to get things done that truly matters to people in Grand Haven, from improving the streets and infrastructure to keeping our parks and public safety excellent shape. I believe in making thoughtful and reasonable decisions that help Grand Haven moving forward while protecting qualities that make this place, the Grand Haven city, a special place to live. I'm running for city council because I care deeply about the city. I want to continue working and serving the city again in the city council. And I want to make sure Grand Haven remains a vibrant and vibrant community for generations to come. Like I said before, I've lived here all my life. I've seen the changes in Grand Haven. I've seen what's going on here. And I started out working for the Public Works Department for 36 years. And then a little later, I was elected to City Council for 12. And again, I'd like to serve on City Council again and serve the people of Grand Haven and see the infrastructure projects that we got started to continue, and I'd like to be a part of that again. Thank you.
We also have, Grand Haven also has 2 unopposed seats, and one is a partial term, and Mike Dorr will speak to you about his views and what he would like to see for Grand Haven.
Thank you. First off, to the League of Women Voters for hosting this event. Thanks to all you folks for taking time out to attend it as well. I'm sure all the candidates up here appreciate it very much to be able to get the opportunity to speak with you for just a few brief minutes, and hopefully you'll stop and visit each one of us and ask any questions that you may have. I've been a lifelong resident of the city of Grand Haven, living here for 68 years. My parents lived here for over 70 years before that, so we have like 138 years of time in the city of Grand Haven. We've called it home our entire lives. I spent 44 years working at Johnston Boiler Company in Ferrysburg, as a great place as many of the people down here probably know. I spent 5 years on the City of Grand Haven Planning Commission, 2 years on the City of Grand Haven City Council, and then the last 3 years back on the City Planning Commission again, helping to guide and direct the upcoming improvements, goals, direction of the city. Change is inevitable. Our city is going to change. The only thing we can control about it is the speed and the direction in which we go. And a lot of that is rooted by input from the citizens that live here, you folks. One of my greatest accomplishments when I was on city council for 2 years was listening and being responsive to people who lived here, the residents. I would meet with anybody and talk about anything, hear their views. I would respond to emails that I got all the time. It was important for me to hear what the residents thought and to help guide the decisions I made on city council in the direction they thought was the best for the city. We all want the city of Grand Haven to thrive and be here forever and stay, some folks, just like it is. That's not going to happen. It is going to change, but with your help we can guide that change and get in the right direction. I look forward to working with the city staff, other council members on collaboration and agreeing on things that we can head the city in a direction for. If 5 people can't agree on one thing, I don't know how we can expect an entire city to. So I look forward to that. I look forward to working with the BLP, restoring a relationship with them. They're a very vital part of our community. They've been neglected over the past years by some other council members, but I'm looking forward to restoring that relationship as well. So stop by the booths, talk to all the candidates, stop by, talk to me. Be happy to answer any questions that you may have and meet your acquaintance. Thank you.
Bob Manetza, who is presently the mayor of Grand Haven, will be unopposed and has some comments.
All right, well, thank you. Thanks everyone for coming out. I am Bob Nuts. I'm the current mayor of Grand Haven. I'd like to express appreciation for the League of Women Voters, not just for having this event, but for allowing us to participate, because even though Mike and I are uncontested, we still need to earn your votes. We need to ask for your votes. It's not so much that we're running against opponents as it is that we're running for your endorsement. I think that's critical. Having a forum like this gives you a chance to see and hear from candidates directly, see who we are, listen to us, ask us questions in a rather casual manner. And really, this is how you get good choices. You have the knowledge and you have the direct exposure. I've been asked you for your votes in the past. I've served 3 terms on city council, 2 terms as mayor, and appreciate that, and appreciate the endorsement I've had in the past. And like I said, even though I may be unopposed in this election, I seriously want to talk to each of you or any of you about whatever concerns you. That is the role of the mayor and of all the elected officials here. So I have to say, I love this job. I love being mayor. I love serving my community and local government. This just doesn't get old. It's something that makes me feel very satisfied to do. I've also completed terms as planning commissioner, museum board member. Again, I've been a council member and mayor. We've been through some exciting times together. We went through our exciting years of COVID and high water and all those controversies, and before that we had plenty of things we dealt with during my years on council. And I think that I've been pretty good as a problem solver, rising to the challenging times that we've had. And I've got the experience, I've got the temperament, I enjoy doing this, and I'm deeply and personally interested in service to this community. My wife Devin and I moved here in 1978. We bought our East Side home, we raised our kids here. We just celebrated our 50th wedding anniversary, so it's kind of cool thing. But I retired from Howmet as a facilities engineer. We did capital projects. I've got quite a bit of background as a problem-solving type engineer. I've also worked with the schools as a Science Olympiad coach, which I've been doing for, 25 or so years. I just want to comment that being mayor is all about listening to concerns and aspirations of citizens. It isn't about having your personal agenda. It isn't about pushing what I think is most important. It's about seeking consensus among council members, understanding what the aspirations and the desires of the people are. It's about providing a stable civil process where people understand what's going on. They can ask questions and find out if they don't know, and that they can participate. This is participative, and it's also, we're always accused of not enough transparency. We do the best we can. Ask questions if you're not sure. We have a lot of issues in process, not the least of which is our Harbor Island to deal with. I've been told to stop. I do tend to ramble, so thank you very much.
The League of the Grand Haven area would like to thank all the candidates for their time, and please, take time in a few moments to visit and meet them and ask questions. There are 2 additional tables in the hall. First, be sure to visit the Grand Haven Area Public Schools table. The district recently shared 3 initial master plan concepts with its school board and the community. None of the concepts represent final plans, and none of them would be able to take shape immediately. Instead, they have been provided as conversation starters for the community as the district explores various long-term options to reconfigure its facilities in response to shifting enrollment, aging infrastructure, and evolving student needs. Second, visit the City of Grand Haven Department of Public Safety table. And this is what the director wrote. We like to encourage people to stop by the table in the lobby to gather information about the Grand Haven Department of Public Safety millage that is on the November ballot. This request is for a dedicated 2 mil, 10-year tax levy to address health and safety concerns of our public safety department, critical facility and equipment needs. This dedicated millage is essential to ensuring the continued health, safety, and residence of our emergency services. Additional information about the need and upcoming tour and conversation dates can also be found on their website. So I want to encourage all of you to visit, and I want to thank you for coming, and thank all the candidates. It was very interesting hearing from each of you. Here are the candidates.